Welcome to Vega's world. It's time to party. And I'm your most excellent host, JC Vega, and I am joined by.
It's me, that sweet KDG, your Music City Messiah, Kayden Greene.
In today's episode, we are going to be discussing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, just going through all aspects of Ninja Turtles, probably briefly touch on the history, talk about our favorite moments in Turtle time,
Through all the different iterations of
the multiverse of Ninja Turtles.
Turtles.
Yeah.
I do know. Well, give you a brief history real quick. In the early 80s, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird were really good friends, lived together, and as a joke, one of them drew a turtle with, like, I guess, tonfas or whatever
hmm
attached to its arm, and they thought it was the funniest thing. Started riffing on it, and they decided to add four more. And then there's like,
Yeah.
or three more, yes. JK. Four, there was a fifth turtle
Yeah.
now. And then they decided, let's make this a real comic. And they based it, a parody, so to speak, off of Daredevil and the New Mutants that were popular at the time.
So, there's theories that it exists in the same universe as Daredevil,
Yeah.
and that the Ninja Turtles were actually from Hell's Kitchen. The mutagen in the original series and in the original comics is supposed to be the same chemical that got into the eyes of Matt Murdock that made him Daredevil.
Right. Like, I mean, Splinter, Stick, the hand,
The
the
foot.
foot.
Yep.
Yeah, so definitely a clear homage to that. That it could be theoretically in the same universe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was funny. It was supposed to be just a parody, and
hmm
then suddenly it took off.
Yeah.
And like Kevin borrowed money from his uncle to
Yeah. To
make their
print the
first
first book.
issue.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then yeah, they kept going, and eventually someone got a hold of it and was like, "Hey, let's make this a cartoon. You could sell toys."
hmm
As all great things,
So
right?
Playmates made the original series for like I think it was like 6 or 8 episodes just to create the toys for it.
Yeah.
It took off, the toy sales were through the roof. They made a cartoon series that started in
87.
87.
Yep.
And
Toy Animation did the work on that.
yeah,
The first season at least.
and it continued on for what, 6 years?
10 seasons total.
10 seasons in total. So and it was the same premise they used for other similar shows.
Yeah.
Like they followed it for Power Rangers when it came to Monster of the Week,
Yeah.
new hero costumes, new vehicles, stuff like that. Any way to make it so they could keep making more new toys that would lead to more money for the company.
Very serialized instead of no episodic rather than serialized storytelling.
Yeah,
First season for the 87 cartoon was definitely like a coherent story all the way through. But then yeah, once after that was just Monster of the Week.
yeah,
And they didn't even know they were gonna make more of that one, which that was also the 87 cartoon was where they got all their masks too, all the different color ones.
yeah. So,
Because yeah, in the original print of the comics, you only had so much money and so much color you could put.
so they were originally black and white, and they created
Right.
the black and white comic boom, which like you would see later in things like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac or Squee. A lot of indie comics would do print black and white because it was so much cheaper, but it also gave a dark, gritty like
Yeah.
effect behind it.
And the red masks were all what they wore on the covers.
hmm
And then, to distinguish them because they're like, kids aren't going to know the difference. That's when they got the blue, orange,
Purple
purple,
and
and
the
red.
pepper
Right.
on red,
Red for Raphael.
and
Yeah.
the letters on their belt buckles.
Letters on the belt buckles. Yep. Also, yeah, for the when you think about it, yeah, like the backstory is slightly different throughout all the iterations in a sense.
Yeah,
Where they're like in the cartoon,
they're
Hamato Yoshi, yeah, the 87 cartoon, yeah, the Fred Wolf series, as I'll call it for the rest of the podcast today. Yeah, Fred Wolf series, they Hamato Yoshi was Master Splinter
hmm
in the comics, and in the 2003 version of the series, he was the pet rat of Hamato Yoshi.
yeah,
But they were all connected with the foot somehow. Like Hamato Yoshi was a member of the foot in any iteration. Is there any do you have any memories of the 87 cartoon?
Yeah, I was like probably key demographic in the early end or like the couple of seasons deep into this. So like I was born in the early 80s. So 87, 89, I was like right in that like time frame to really be into the series. I remember watching it as a kid. Saturday mornings, it was turtle time. I remember like begging my mom to buy us the toys. I think we had um I know I had Mikey because Mikey was my guy. That's the only one I really, really, really wanted.
Really?
Mike, I was a big Mikey kid. Um,
Leonardo was mine.
Leo was you.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was a toss up. Well, it was a toss up between Leonardo and Raphael, but
yeah, so there's
mostly,
tracks, both of those track for you.
yeah.
Um, I was a Mikey Donnie kid. But like I have memories of being like 6 and 7 years old and getting the toys, and popping out the extra pieces for the for the nunchucks or for the size or whatever, like the weapons plastic thing.
Yeah.
Um, that was a big deal as a kid. I remember getting like the transforming turtles or whatever they were called, where they turned
Oh, they
into
turn into
turtles.
babies?
Yeah,
Yeah. Little turtle. Yeah, yeah. I had those too.
and like
Yeah.
there was so many cool toy sets that came out of it and crossover sets,
Yeah.
when it came to the toys, and a lot of them I didn't find out about until recently.
Really?
There was a Star Trek crossover set.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they're really cool.
That's
I
awesome.
picked some up a few years ago at a flea market off of a guy for like
Ah, look at that.
$10 a piece, and we flipped them for like $300 for the set.
Yeah.
Um, but they were really cool. They were all Star Trek. Um, they did the toys with what was it, like Universal Monsters at one point. They
I
did
do
the
remember
toys
those.
with like the Olympics was a big thing in 96, or 93. What year was it?
I mean, 96 Olympics, that tracks.
Yeah, that was Atlanta,
That
right?
was summer, yeah. That was the
Yeah.
year Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Yeah, it all comes back to Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Um, the
Ninja Turtles is Kurt Angle.
Ninja Turtles is Kurt Angle, as we've said plenty of times in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, the Olympic ones are really cool. They had them as like what are they called? Like astronauts.
Yeah.
They really just went like
They went
all over the
ham.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember they had one turtle toy. It was like they had pizza shooters. They essentially
Oh
like
yeah,
shot
I
like
had
frizz
those.
like I had one myself. I had the sewer playset too.
Ooh.
You had to have that, right? I feel like
Yeah, I think I made my own out of cardboard as a kid because we were
nice.
a little
Yeah.
on the poor side, but markers and cardboard boxes and like
Yeah.
boom, there it is.
So I had that one. I had the changing ones as well. Oh man, I used to like I had the Return of Shredder VHS tape,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I wore that sucker out because I was the one with the we're the crooked Ninja Turtle gang, and like everyone's like, that's the Ninja Turtles. They're robbing people. Like that's not the Ninja Turtles. It's
Yeah.
like, but
And
no,
it's
it
like
is.
clearly the
Yeah,
guys in costumes.
yeah, with like trash bag or not pet trap paper bags over their heads that looked like turtles. That was hilarious. Um, is there any do you remember any certain episodes too from that time that you're
I
just
remember
like,
characters more than anything.
yeah,
Like I remember loving Bebop and Rocksteady because they were knuckleheads.
obviously, yeah.
Mondo Gecko, I have like vague memories of. Um,
He was more, yeah, the more like the surfer lizard.
yeah. Baxter Stockman, I have like a rough memory of.
He was white in the show,
He was, yeah.
and he was a fly, which it's hilarious. Like, well, it's a weird thing about the comic, or like in the comic book, he's black,
Yeah.
and in the show, they were just like, let's make him a blonde white guy.
Yeah, we always gotta make him a white guy. They gotta whitewash
Right.
the one black character.
The
they had
one
on
black
show.
character. Yeah, shit. Yeah, no. And yeah. I was watching it recently, the 87, and like it's funny when Casey Jones shows up,
Mhm.
he has this like a weird Clint Eastwood accent going
Oh
on.
God.
And it's just like, I'm tough on criminals. Like they're trying to do the whole Dirty Harry thing.
Yeah.
And but no, yeah, episode wise or like character wise, for me, I do remember Usagi. He showed up
Okay.
for a couple episodes. The rabbit samurai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's from an alternate world where everyone's just humanoid animal, and they're the
Yeah.
dominant species, like Planet
Mhm.
of the Apes style. Who's another character from like man? I'm trying to remember. I remember Ace Duck the toy, but I don't remember him
Yeah,
in
I
the
remember the
show.
toy. I don't remember the character in the show.
Did you collect any comic books or like the more Archie or at least
No, I wasn't.
no?
I wasn't into the comics so much as a kid, so it was like,
Yeah, the show and the movies.
yeah, it was mostly shows and movies. Yeah, I mean, like I know the backstory
Yeah,
behind the comics, and I know all of that, and where like most of the character origins came from, like the original series. But like, I think I was a visual kid. I couldn't
yeah,
do the reading
yeah.
comics so much. But like, yeah, big into big into the cartoon series as a kid.
Definitely. Yeah, that was on all the time in my house, or like it
Mhm.
was on syndication, so that was on all the time. Uh, I do find it funny towards the end. I think it's season 8 to 10. They revamped the whole thing because like
Yeah,
first couple they're like cute and funny. It's more slapstick stuff,
yeah.
and then that was around the time when, like the Batman animated series came out, and they were getting darker. So like
Hmm.
this has been dubbed by the fans of the Red Sky era.
Okay,
Because like yeah, it was like dark. It was darkish, but like it was more red silhouetted,
okay, yeah,
and like they made him more dark looking and more menacing and more action oriented. And like
yeah.
I remember the intro when they changed it, they spliced in the first movie footage.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, you never saw the intro for that?
Like
Oh
the
man,
latter seasons? No, I just
yeah,
remember the original one.
yeah. See, like they had that, which is iconic,
Yeah.
iconic theme song. But yeah, to when they revamped it, yeah, they redid the whole intro song, and yeah, they spliced in fight footage from like the latter part of the movies.
Hmm.
But yeah, in my house, I had all a bunch of the action figures. I would
Mm.
always play with those, and I was watching the VHS copies I had, or the movies.
Yeah.
And the funnier bits about the movies was like everyone talks about how like the first one was so violent and kids would act out, right, and like hurt their friends or
Yeah,
hurt
yeah.
family. But for me, I would be out of control and rambunctious watching the second movie.
Okay. The second one was more slapsticky and
Yeah.
lighter.
They didn't use any they didn't use any of their weapons in the second one.
No, but
Vanilla Ice shows up.
mhm. Mikey does use some sausages as nunchucks at one
Yeah,
point.
it is a little kata deal
Yeah.
gimmick, basically twirling him around. But yeah, and then this is gonna be hilarious to admit out in public or in a public space. But for Ninja Turtles 3,
Hmm.
do you know those old school like not it was not a rocking horse, but like it's essentially a horse, but like on a spring set where it moves a little more mobile. Like it's a spring horse.
Okay.
It's like it's in theory it's almost like a rocking horse, but like it's got more
Yeah.
movement to it.
Okay.
Well, when I'd watch Ninja Turtles 3, I would wheel that sucker out
Yeah.
and like ride along as I'm
Yeah.
watching it. Cause like, in the beginning there's a big like horse fight and like
Hmm.
they're riding down the beach.
Yeah, you gotta get your cardio in.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just so funny to get back at that because that was my gimmick and just I
Yeah.
third one looking back, yeah, it's terrible. But like as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, it's fine, fun adventure in Japan.
They brought back the dude who played Casey Jones in the first one to the third one,
Yeah,
but they didn't bring back the lady who played April
no,
in the third one.
Paige Turco took over. Judith Hogue is yeah, it was the original April.
Yeah.
But she did this thing about like, hey, workers' rights. We need to take care of our stunt guys
Yeah.
because like they would wear all those suits would be
Yeah.
like over 100 plus pounds like once like
Hmm.
sweat and stuff entered in and like they were passing
Yeah.
out and like those guys were from China, so like they like
They were
golden
tiny dudes to
yeah
begin with.
Golden Harvest, had like as their own production company. They bring all their dudes in for their martial arts films. Well, Golden Harvest was like, oh, this dude passed out, just bring in another guy. So like they
Yeah.
would just shuffle him out and just like, oh, you're hurt, fuck him.
Wild.
And so she was like, yeah, we should really like compensate these guys or like take better care of them. They're like, oh, you're gonna complain about
Yeah.
that and the violence?
Bye bye.
Get out of here. We don't need you.
The
We get somebody else.
the
But that's how the sorry to cut you off there. The suit work. That's how Ernie Reyes Jr. got the job of Kino.
yeah, because he was well,
He was
Ernie Reyes Jr. is also one of the kids in the Foot Clan.
What,
when it that you see when they're like recruiting kids
in the first
in
movie?
the first movie. He's in the background behind Michael Jai White.
No, that's Secret of the Ooze. That's when he's going to sneak in with Raphael.
I thought he was also an extra in the first one
No, no,
too.
no. He was Donatello.
I knew he was Donatello in the suit.
No, but yeah, he didn't do anything else in that. Yeah,
Okay, maybe I got those two
sorry,
mixed up.
I didn't mean to. Well, actually, there, but yeah,
Um,
that is. But he was the Donatello suit actor, and he was so good and like able to move around. And they're like, dude, we need to get you like out of that
yes,
and
they
like
brought
give
him
you
back
a
to
role.
play Kino in
Yeah,
two. He or so these suits in the movie, the original two movies, were done by Jim Henson.
yeah.
And the first one may have been the last movie that Jim
Jim
Henson
Henson
worked
worked
on
on. Yeah,
prior to passing or prior to his passing.
yeah.
And then the second one, they did like a homage to him thing or
I do
like in
remember that
memory of
in memory of Jim
because of
Henson.
it. But like it was for its time the most advanced animatronic like
Yeah,
character suits, like Muppet type things. Um it was insane, like because watching it, like the reactive eyes, the reactive mouths,
dude. Yeah,
blew my mind as a kid because I'm like, these are just actual real turtles.
right.
Like,
They were, yeah, dude. No, they were the best. Like the first one, especially because like it's darkly lit,
mm-hmm,
and it fits the mood more of the comics than the TV show.
mm-hmm,
So like they just look, yeah, they look like holy shit, these things are real.
yeah,
I love that. That yeah, dude. And like the first movie was the highest grossing independent film of all time
till Blair
until
Witch.
the Blair Witch Project,
Yeah,
which is hilarious. And it's even funnier to say that that's an independent film
yeah.
because no one wanted to touch the turtles.
No, it was like I think they got distributing through
New Line Cinema.
New Line.
Yeah.
But other than that, nobody wanted to produce
No,
the
yeah,
movie.
no one wanted to touch it, and like they had to like Steve Barron had to go to like the I think the Disney exec at the time
Yeah,
to be like, hey, can I get like a little bit more money to finish this project? And they're
yeah,
like, yeah, can we get distribution and we'll do this for me? He's like, no, because
no,
I'm going behind my producer's back
to get
to get
the
this money, but
yeah.
like, yeah, help and like it paid off for them because like, but it's funnier too because he got fired. Steve Barron got fired halfway through post production
Okay,
because like they were like, you need to make it lighter, you need to make it funnier, you need to do this. He's like, no, 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 like we got a vision.
yeah,
This is the comic book is the template. Yeah,
yeah.
we gave him colored mask for the cartoon that way
And for
differentiate.
sales.
Yeah, so like we'll do that, but no, we're following the comic books, and
Yeah.
which Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, we're gonna roll with that
Hmm.
to no end. Because yeah, I mean that's pretty much like the Raphael. I mean Leonardo gets attacked. No, no, no. Raphael gets beat up and thrown through a window. That's Leonardo in the comic books
Hmm.
and in the 2K three series. They go to New Hampshire. That's a storyline from there. Going back, return to New York. The big fight at the end with Shredder is literally from issue one.
With the garbage truck.
Yeah, minus the
Yeah.
garbage truck in the comic book because in the
Yeah.
comic book, he gets blown up by a flash grenade.
Oh.
Because like that's a little fun fact too in the comic books. Like first issue, like because it was supposed to be a one and done, right? They were like, all
Yeah.
right, we're gonna make this thing, and
Yep.
it is what it is. And so like, and towards the end of the issue, like the turtles beat Shredder, and they're like, look, we beat you. You're a shit person, but we're gonna let you die an honorable death if you commit seppuku right here.
Yeah.
Like you're already beaten. And he's like, nah, Holmes, I ain't going out like that. And he pulls out a grenade, and then Donatello like knocks it out of his hand, and he falls off the roof
Yeah.
and blows up. And then yeah, but obviously they omit that, and then instead let's have Casey Jones crush him
Yeah. With a garbage
in a
truck.
garbage truck.
And then how are we gonna wrap this? But with a silly joke from Splinter.
Yeah, I've always liked Cowabunga. And it's funny, out of all the movies too, that's the most successful movie
Mm-hmm.
to date. Well, I mean,
No.
Mayhem is,
The live action, like what's his name? It's not James Cameron.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay financially made the most out of all of them. Like
Really? Okay.
comparatively,
Compared. Okay.
well, like just in general, it made the most money, but I think comparatively, like saying like percentage wise, the original made the most. Like the
Yeah.
original definitely made the most out of the first three.
Right.
Um, fourth or TMNT, the movie that debatably is a follow up to the original three.
Yeah.
Unless you ask Kevin Eastman, and he says it's its own entity. So it's like
Yeah.
it might be a different universe and like the multiverse of things, but
Yeah.
they say it's a direct
They
the producer
thematically,
says.
director Kevin Monroe was like, "Oh, this is a follow up," because he, the little Easter egg with the trophy room and all that.
Hmm.
They tried to like the canister is like cut in the middle where it's like it could be a G, could be a C,
Yeah.
because the comic book is TG. No wait, PCRI.
TCRI and TGR.
PGRI is the movie one because like
Yes.
the G is, I forgot what the G stands for, but I know it's cosmic in the comic.
It's global
Yeah.
in the movie. So because they didn't want to be like, oh, aliens and shit, they
Yeah.
were like, we'll just make it a global entity.
Which is hilarious because the initial pitch for Jordan Perry, the scientist guy in the second movie,
Yeah.
was at the end after he gets the canister and leaves. They were gonna reveal that he had an Utrom in his chest or his
Okay.
stomach, but they were like, "Oh, we don't want kids to think it's Krang because
Yeah.
Krang is." I mean, Krang wasn't a thing in the comics per se.
Okay.
The Utroms, the race of brain squid people,
Yeah.
was a thing, but they just used that as a basis. Oh, let's make him a villain in our '87 cartoon.
Yeah.
But they wanted to do that, but then they were like, "Oh no," because we don't want people to think it's Krang.
Hmm.
And the funnier thing about that too is, yeah, the tonal shift. Like the first movie, I think still holds up as far as a thematically a movie.
We're
It's
talking about the 90.
yeah, the 90 movie, the original movie. That is, I think, the best out of all of them,
Okay.
and the most faithful adaptation, I will say, to the comic books. Because
Yeah.
I've read a bit of the comic books. I've read a bit of the Mirage run. I'm more uh, uh, educated on IDW, the current run, the comic
Mhm.
books they're on, because that's just what I've been able to get a hold of. But
Yeah.
like through the internet and stuff, I've been able to read the original Eastman and Laird works.
Yeah.
But that is the closest one, and like I think I had the better themes. Like it deals with loss and parents and like maturing. It's like, oh yeah, our parents are gonna die someday.
Yeah.
Because like he's like, I'm not gonna be here. And then he gets kidnapped, but it's like that theme of like we don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
And then they had to kidify it because parents are like, oh my god, these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are violent.
Yeah.
Let's make it goofy. And then they had to cash in on that. But like as mature old snob though I am, Ninja Turtles 2 is still a fun movie.
It definitely is a fun movie. Is it like it's more kid friendly? It's more like there for toy sales.
Yeah.
It's not
They were
like
trying to cash in on the way before it
it's not all
died.
about money. It literally came out less than a year after the first one hit
Yeah.
theaters. And then the third one, I think, a year and a half after that.
Yeah.
So it's like in the period of 3 years, or 3 or 4 years, they put out three live action Ninja Turtle movies. They cut corners on
The suits in the last one.
uh
Because like Groot did it cheaper.
yeah, so essentially they found somebody instead of using Jim Henson's
Yeah.
they decided to go with
Which was a
what's the shit that
mistake.
comes yeah, it's
Those
so booty. I mean, they're not Next Mutation bad.
Ah, see, I no, I'm gonna fight you on that one because I feel like Next Mutation's a step above the Ninja Turtles 3 one.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like aesthetically it looks better, at least far as the face wise.
I mean, it's its
They're
own
bad, but
entity,
like,
but I don't know. I
see, that's
as a
the
kid I didn't see much of a difference between 2 and 3, but I was also a kid. This is
yeah,
90, 91, 93
yeah,
that came
93.
out. So 93 that came out, and just like 2 years later, a few years later, three or
I recognize the difference, but I just roll with it. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
cool,
I was like,
different
okay,
movie.
like
Yeah,
it looks similar enough to me. I'm not gonna do it.
yeah.
And then the next mutation was so out of the box and such a different character that it was like, oh,
So, on that argument, do you think that Next Mutation is a continuation of the movies?
I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I feel like it's in elements because like the layer is the subway from
Uh,
the 2 and 3.
yeah, but they
Splinter,
never can. They're never like it's never been
but
confirmed.
Splinter, yeah, Splinter's missing his ear, a piece of his ear, like
Okay.
the first movie. Shredder though is around for like the first two episodes.
Yeah, and then he's gone, and they try to like redirect it into a new villain, if I remember
Yeah, the
correctly.
Dragon Lord, he shows up from like he was in like the realm of dreams, and like
It
they
was
introduced the fifth turtle.
it felt very Power Rangers. Like the
Yeah,
whole time, it felt
well,
very like. I
it's
mean, it's Saban,
it's Saban, yeah.
but it felt like, hey, what are we gonna call this like whatever this like what planet are they from? And then it just was so very generic and like
Yeah.
Saban-esque. Everything felt very it felt very Saban. It felt like they were trying to take the cheap way out,
Pe-
adding a new turtle
yeah. We
to
want to bring in girls.
yeah. We want girls to like this
And the
show too.
funnier thing about that too, so like even though it's supposed to be a continue or it's connected but not really. In the movies, they're brothers. It's
Mhm.
established they are brothers. Master Splinter is the father or the adopted father, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But in the show, like second episode, like Venus, Leonardo distinctly says, "We're not brothers. We're just pet shop turtles." And
Oh.
the reason for that was Haim Saban was like, maybe we do a romance with one of the
Oh.
turtles in Venus,
Why?
right? Because it's like, no, they're brothers, and even they mentioned he's like my sons, and later on
Yeah.
in the show and stuff. But like sometimes like Raphael would be like, oh my friends, like trying to just. But yeah, that was the
Yeah.
whole thing. They're like, maybe we might have her hook up with one of the turtles,
Oh
which
God.
was dumb.
Yep. Yep.
But there, I mean, speaking of the next mutation, though, there are some fun elements that I think, if put in anything else, would be interesting.
Okay.
Uh, Vam Me is like this vampire chick who's like missing her heart, and like she's alive, but not really. Without it, she's just like, yeah, I can drink blood, but it's just not the same. And like,
Yeah.
he's got like two henchmen. She had a fun little arc, and like, uh, the the mafioso ape named Silver where he
Okay.
talks in a 1930s Chicago
Love that.
accent.
Love that.
I think that'd be hysterical in any other version.
Mm-hmm.
But the tricky thing about that is Hasbro owns the rights to the next mutation because
Oh, because it's
It's a
Saban
Saban
brand.
production, and they own anything Saban. Like they own the Common Rider,
Mm.
VR Troopers, and all stuff. Which is funnier because Venus, well, Peter Laird hated Venus de Milo.
I'm most of us did.
Kevin Eastman was like, they're paying me. It's not that
Doesn't
bad.
really matter. Just
It's
put more
really
money in
cool.
my
Whatever. Yeah,
account.
just
Yeah.
put money in my account. And like he went in 2000, Kevin sold his shares to Peter Laird
Mm-hmm.
because they got into this wanting to be comic book creators, and then oh my god, we got our hands on this like multi-dollar
$1 million.
juggernaut,
Yeah.
and like I don't have time to write comic books.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have time to write or draw. I'm gonna go be the head of Heavy Metal magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Eastman was like, I'm gonna go. I loved heavy metal as a kid or as a teenager, so I'm gonna buy that. Like he
Yeah.
ended up owning that and doing other stuff, and then like there was a lot of friction between him and Peter. So he's like, dude, I'm done with turtles. Like
Yeah.
here, I'm gonna sell it to you. And the minute like it took over 8 years though to get that finalized, but like as soon as he was done with, and divested of his shares,
Mm-hmm.
Peter Laird was like, eliminate all mention of Venus. Because like on the
Yeah.
website for years, it'd be like, you can email the turtles, and like email Leonardo,
Yeah.
Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Venus. As soon as he got the rights, he was like, fuck that, she's gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was also a stipulation for the Image comics came around in '98. It's around the same time as the show.
Okay.
Because like they didn't have time to write anymore, and like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? We need to revitalize the comic book sales. Wouldn't it be cool if Image got a hold of Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Which, to say the least, it was an interesting run.
Yeah.
I got some of the original black and whites because they brought that back because
Oh, that's cool.
Mirage Volume 2 became colored because they're like, we got to get with the times,
Yeah.
maybe kids will buy it. But then like Image got a hold of it. They're like, all right, we're going back at black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And in that series, like everyone except Michelangelo gets like horribly disfigured or something bad happens to them.
Oh, lovely.
And like the funnier thing was, Peter Laird told Frank Fosco and like Eric Larson, I forgot there was another guy involved in the duties of the Image Ninja Turtles, but like those are the two that stick out the most. But yeah, he told them, he was like, "Hey, what if in the first issue you just fucking kill Splinter?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, that's a little too extreme
A
for
little too
us.
extreme.
Like,
Yeah.
let's not do that. We got other ideas."
Well, and where do you go from there, right? Like, I mean,
Right.
it leads into like a darker series, but like, I would ideally
But
start off slower
yeah. Oh,
and then kill off Splinter at the end
sweet,
of the
sweet Kayden.
season.
Sweet Kayden. You know what they do in the first issue? Well, first two issues alone. Mike Donatello gets thrown out of a plane or falls out of a plane,
Okay.
falls to his supposed death,
All right.
becomes a cyborg essentially because he fuses with a cyborg robot who's well at the time was inhabited to a serial killer,
Okay.
and it fused with Donatello because like he lost his shell, so his brother's like, oh, he's dead. In the next issue, Raphael gets half his face blown off
Oh, Jesus.
because he found like the space gun. He's like, hey, what does this do? Boom, shoots himself in the face.
Oh,
His
God.
brothers don't even show concern. They're like, wow, smooth move, Raphael.
Right?
And it's just like he's disfigured, and like for the rest of the series, he's wears Casey Jones hockey mask.
Okay.
He wears a red, white, and blue one. It looks pretty gnarly. But yeah, at a certain point, Leonardo loses a hand to Leatherhead.
Okay.
Yeah, and Michelangelo's the only one who gets out of there unscathed.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that in the first 20 or so issues, but like eventually they'll be healed because their mutagen has a super healing
Yeah.
factor. It is just gonna take some time. But yeah, they went balls to the wall with that.
Yeah.
And there was a cool little thread in that series too towards the end. Well, it only lasted 23 issues.
Okay.
It went from like 96, I guess around that, 96 to about 2000 or late 99 ish.
Okay.
But there were delays because like the guys couldn't keep up with their deadlines and stuff. So like it took forever. And then eventually they were like, all right,
Wrap
we
it.
just gotta, we're just done. Like we
Oh.
can't do anymore. So like off of that, there was a big mystery arc of like, who is Lady Shredder? Because this chick shows up in like Shredder armor. Actually, Raphael takes over the Foot Clan for a little while too.
Okay.
It looks pretty gnarly. He looks badass in the suit. But yeah, like there's a big mystery. That's towards the end of the series. It's like who's Lady Shredder? What's going on? Because everyone thinks it's like this girl, Pimika, who shows up in the beginning, but it's like that ain't me, dog.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it Karai?
That would be
Is it
nice.
somebody else? And then like IDW allowed the Image guys to like finish the arc because like it's like the 23 issues. So like, all right, we'll give you 24 to 26 to
Yeah.
like wrap it up, and that was not the way they went. It was like alien husk essentially, like this like
Oh.
void thing that just took over the armor in a sense. It was a really interesting weird way to wrap it up, and even then that series like for comic fans was so beloved that actually a fan did his own version of like a conclusion
Yeah.
like a couple of years before the IDW let the Image guys finish it.
Yeah.
Like this super fan like literally paid the artist from there to be like, hey,
Here's
do
the
some
story.
do some artwork, and like what was your plans, and like, well, here's a rough idea of what we had.
Yeah.
Obviously, like when they got to finish it, they went very differently. Because also that dude, like he was very what I would call a lore whore.
What's
So
it?
a lore whore,
Oh, okay.
where he tried to like neatly wrap up everything from Image into the Mirage comic continuity, and went, oh yeah, so like Lady Shredder was like Tang Shin's lost sister, who was the Huntress in like volume 2 of Tales of the TMNT. I mean, it was neat in a sense of like this dude put time and effort into this, but it was like, all right, a little bit of that, yeah. But yeah, so they went wild with that. But yeah, in that mandate in the beginning too, he was like, to make a long story short about that one, Peter Laird told them no fucking female turtles.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, fine, we weren't gonna do it. He's like, I fucking mean it.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, man.
Yeah.
But in the IDW series, she comes back, but as a Frankenstein-like creature.
That's weird.
Yeah. So like, well, first she was a mutated frog. She was a human being named Bonnie who turned into a frog, who then got like something crazy happen, and like this wild mutant scientist was like, I'm gonna create this like ultra art piece, and like I'm gonna make her a turtle kind of, but not really. And it was funnier about that too. It's Venus
Hmm.
in there, but like legally distinct because she can't be called Venus de Milo, which is
Mm,
owned by Saban or Hasbro,
yeah,
and she can't have the braided bandana because
right.
that's a
Intellectual property of
yeah, that's I did properly, I IP distinct to Venus of the next
understand.
mutation. So that was the weird way they skirted around being able to use
Yeah,
Venus because it's not Venus de Milo from next mutation, and
yeah,
she's a art piece essentially. I mean, she becomes a full turtle eventually. Like they give her like a shell. The comic book story gets really wild towards the end
yeah.
of like the after issue 100 because Sophie Campbell, who was a DeviantArt popular face
Mhm.
in the DeviantArt days. She did Ninja Turtle stuff, and then she got a hold. She got to be able to like do art for them. But like after issue 100, it became like almost like a slice of life furry type of
Oh,
deal, where like it's all about these side characters, not really about the turtles.
yeah.
She's only supposed to have 12 issues, but then like Tom Waltz, who originally wrote the original 100 so issues with Eastman, wasn't going to come back. So she was like, fuck, I'm stuck writing this. But it was just really bizarre. But that was a really weird tangent on Venus. How do you feel about Venus, though? As a.
I hated it as a kid.
Yeah,
Um, as an adult, I see why they would do it. I
yeah,
just don't think it landed at all.
yeah. I will agree with that, especially. I think the concept of like Venus being like a weird Frankenstein like monster was interesting.
Sure.
I always thought like, oh, she could be a clone of like amalgamation of the turtles, but like that was a step.
I would like the idea of Venus being like an evil turtle, like evil Green Ranger style,
Oh yeah,
or like more like Cat, when she was the Pink Ranger,
yeah,
and they're using her to try to seduce the turtles, and
yeah.
then they turn her good, or
There's
something like that.
there was another. I'm gonna jump to the IDW series again. There was another female turtle that came initially too. Her name was Jenica, but she wasn't like a mutant turtle
The yellow
before.
one?
Yeah,
Okay, I
she
remember.
was a human being first, and the way they it was interesting the way they did that was because like it was during the city arc, what they call the city fall story arc, where
Okay.
like Shredder's like I'm taking over the fucking city by any means necessary. It was a pretty gritty story arc, but like she was a member of the Foot Clan, and like she started like favor the turtles, and he was like, "All right, you're no use to me," so he like guts her. She's just losing blood, and they're like, "We need to save her life. Quick, we're gonna do like an impromptu blood transfusion."
Yeah,
So like Leonardo gives his blood to her
but
to
the
like keep her
mutagen
alive,
in
but the
it.
mutagen in it makes her a turtle. So that was kind of neat. Yeah, she's yellow. She got the little like that. And then there was another one named Lita, which Sophie Campbell was like, Lita was supposed to be Venus. But at the time of like making that character, like he was alluding, he was, I'm gonna make this Venus. The suits were like, hey, so we don't actually have full rights to Venus
Yeah,
to do it, so you can't make her Venus.
yeah,
Okay, then, fuck it. It's a light pink turtle esh wearing or face paint looking
bandana.
turtle. Like she had like weird like spot like pink spots. It
Oh,
like made it look like a bandana. So her name's Lita now, and not
okay.
Venus. But then a couple of months later, they're like, "Oh, hey, we can do Venus, but again, it is, but it isn't. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Like we can skirt around it that way." Um, did you watch the 2K the 2003 series? Any?
So I actually know some of the voice actors from that series.
Really?
I watched little bits of it, but my buddy Germani books Comic Cons and like actors and mostly voice actors,
Yeah.
and he's got most of the guys from the 2003 series. So I've actually met him before I even watched any of these.
That's
And I've
dope.
watched a couple episodes here and there. Wayne Grayson, who I think is Raph in the series,
Mm-hmm.
super nice dude. He I think he had something to do with Yu-Gi-Oh too at some point. But
Oh,
it's a
nice.
cool series, and I think it was inspired, from what I remember hearing, it was inspired by Batman the Animated Series to make a darker Ninja Turtle series that wasn't so childish, but still was,
Closer to the Mirage
yeah.
comics.
So it was the series is fun. Shredder looks like a robot. Um,
Yeah. Funny little. You want to give you a little funny tidbit about that one?
Hmm.
So in this universe, like eventually, like I think he's around season 2 or so, you find out that Shredder is actually a neutron.
That's
The Krang,
the Krang.
yeah, the brain thing.
Oh,
So
okay, that
he,
makes sense. So he's just a robot with a Krang brain in him.
yeah, well, he's got a he got the humanoid look. He's got like a robot that makes it look like because in that version, they it's a interesting little twist they did on that in like season 5 or it's supposed to be the Ninja Tribunal season that they canceled because they were like we need to make the show lighter and for kids and
Yeah,
get more toys. So they did that for Fast Forward, but and for that season they released it soon after Fast
yeah. It
Forward.
was like the lost episodes or something
Yeah.
like that.
But so like Oroku Saki was a real guy,
Hmm.
but he made a deal with that because his name is like Shriel. And like, he made a deal with Shriel. He's like, hey, give like you can kill me, but like give me your body or give me your like identity, and like
Yeah,
you'll live that way.
yeah.
So essentially, yeah, he's like a new trauma in like the beginning, and it's just like wild in that regard. And yeah, it's a lot darker than the original because like
Hmm.
Peter Laird was like, I want to make it closer to the show or the my comics,
Yeah,
and he was like executive producer on it. But I think yeah, around the time Fast Forward, the network was like, either you let us do this or we're pulling the fucking plug. And he
yeah.
was like,
They weren't getting enough toys out of the darker series, so they
yeah,
wanted to jump. So they did. They jumped like what 100 years in the future or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, Arnold Jones is like, or like, yeah, or something. Arnold, I think it's Arnold Jones, but yeah, Casey and April's kid
Oh,
brings them into the future.
Anthony Jones,
Yeah, something still.
something like that.
I checked out at that season.
So like, so they had that, and they'd already made like 12 episodes of what was supposed to be the season that got replaced by
Yeah, the
this.
Ninja Tribunal.
But so
Yeah,
it's what they call the Ninja Tribunal, yeah.
yeah,
And like they did that future stuff, but they ended up airing them at the same time. So
yeah.
fans watching at the same time were getting really confused. And then the '09 movie came out at the same time, right? And
Turtles Forever.
the no, TMNT.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So like so all of that was going on all at the same time. You got like a dozen different types of Ninja Turtle toys. Like the Ninja Turtles changed like um in like color spectrum when
yeah,
it went to that future series, and like so you had this like dark turtles figures, and then you had these light turtle figures,
yeah.
and then when they did this movie, we're watching
Turtles
Turtles
Forever.
Forever in the background. They let out a series of figures that came with a vintage style of the turtle, a what was a vintage style, a TMNT, a
The movie version.
movie turtle, and then the this series
That's
turtle.
dope.
And it was like it was a 4 pack, but it was per turtle. So you'd go
Oh,
and get, oh no, it was Next Mutation.
gotcha.
So it was this series, the '03,
Yeah,
'03, the '87 remake, the TMNT movie 4, and Next Mutation. All 4 of them together, and so you get 4 different Leonardos, 4 different Rafts, so on and so forth. So it's a really cool like toy piece that like, but you had to really love the turtles at that time
yeah.
to be like, oh, this is cool. I want this, because if it was me as a kid, I would have just been like, I just want that one
Right, that
figure.
one
Like,
particular one.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I love the Turtles Forever was a great cap off to like that whole
Oh,
series.
they did
Toka and
Token
Razor.
Razor.
Oh, it's funny. Let's double back real quick to the movies. That's another thing too. So like the producers wanted Bebop and Rocksteady
Yeah.
because they were like, yeah, we want like we're gonna make it lighter. We want the kids, to come and like they know Bebop and Rocksteady. Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman were like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, he's
Can you
too
not?
fucking stupid.
They're too dumb. Which is funny because Token and Razor act like babies.
Because they are babies.
Yeah. But I love that scene too when he runs out when Shredder runs out from the warehouse or whatever. Babies,
Yeah.
babies. Just the hilarious line delivery. They're not stupid. They're infants. Oh well, they're stupid infants.
Stupid infants. Um,
But dude,
yeah,
yeah,
in a lot of, so we got Togo Razor in 2. in replace of that. It
Yeah,
took all the way until the second
Michael
Michael
Bay.
Bay film to get it, or to get Bebop and Rocksteady, which, like, Seamus is one of them.
Yeah,
Um, Seamus is
Rocksteady. I
Rocksteady, right?
think.
The boar.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
and,
he's the no, yeah, no, yeah, no, the Rhino is the comedian guy. Yeah, Rocksteady. I get him confused.
yeah. Um, so they got that, and that was kind of like cool that it took like that long, but
Yeah.
uh,
Okay, Rocksteady is the
Rocksteady
Rhino.
is the one that, okay.
Yeah, so the
Uh,
comedian is Seamus is Bebop.
Seamus was
No, Shima. Yeah, no, yeah.
Seamus was Bebop. He's the one who has the mohawk and the six sideburns and
No, no,
shit.
the comedian was Bebop. Shit, I'm kidding. I'm getting myself confused. Seamus was Rocksteady. No, he
No, he
wasn't
was the
Rocksteady.
pig.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Shit,
Um,
I'm sorry. I'm not as good at my Lord Ninja Turtle lore as I thought I was.
so like, yeah, you had that whole series of movies where we were talking about this 03 series and when
Yeah.
it let off. So there was a lot of mess that happened throughout that, like
But the
the
first four
life
seasons
of,
is so good though.
yeah, it's just five, six,
You know,
seven that were like
yeah.
a wild goose chase of
We
shenanigans.
want to bring back the kids and make it lighter and fun. No, stay with what you had. You know what's even funnier about season four? There was an episode called "Insane in the Membrane."
Yeah, and it got pulled from TV.
It got pulled from TV. I remember I watched it on the DVD and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Can you have you seen it? The episode?
No, I just saw like a clip from it.
Oh, dude, yeah, like Baxter Stockman tries to make a body and like it starts decaying instantly. It looks so gnarly, and I'm like, how did that? It was funny, yeah. Actually, it got through all the censors, but by the time they were going to air it, new executives showed up to Four Kids. Like
Yeah,
they replaced the original execs, and they were like, "Yeah, this ain't making air, brother."
yeah.
And they were like, "Okay," but yeah, like that was a wild episode.
Hmm.
It's a dark episode too because it's like it deals with all the trauma of Baxter like being mutilated and like his
Hmm.
parents hated him, so
Yeah.
he didn't feel love from them, and like it's just a wild. Like it was like this is really wild that a kids show
Hmm.
is doing this.
Yeah, they were trying to stay dark with this season, and
Yeah,
like that may have been like the final point where they said,
yeah,
"All right, we need to sell toy. This is not a show to like teach life lessons.
yeah.
This is a show to sell toys
Right.
to
Have
to
fun.
make us money and for
Yes.
kids to be like, all right, nunchucks, karate, like,
Yeah. Funnier thing about that too. That whole series. Before it debuted, I went on the Foxbox website, right?
hmm,
And they were like running a contest of like, when you get a bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff. And me, it's like, fuck it, I'll sign up for it.
right? Why not?
Like halfway through season one, I remember I checked my email and it's like, congratulations, you've won the grand prize.
Oh fuck.
Which is funny. I was like, I forgot about it. I'm like, holy shit, I forgot about this. And so the funnier part was I had to convince my parents that this is not a scam. Because
Yeah,
my parents are old school. They're like, don't trust anything on the
yeah,
computer. And they're like, I don't know if this is real. So they're like corresponding with the people being like, how do we know this is real and you're not just some weird pervert
yeah,
like trying to like kidnap my son? And they're like, no, we're four kids, like the entertainment group. Like,
yeah,
if you don't want the prize, we won't have to give it to you.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like, we don't know how we like they like had to give like this is our office. This is the exec
Hmm.
of this department. Like, contact them.
Yeah.
Eventually, my parents were like, "All right, fine. I guess this is legit." So like, I for like months, I think no, actually a year, I got random stuff like there's a painting or there's an art piece in my house
Yeah.
of a frame from the Dreamwave Ninja Turtles run that's from that.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got that. I got a bunch of action figures, like the Leonardo sword and a bow staff, and like a couple other cool like figures and like DVDs and a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was my fun thing. I was like, yeah, that's why another reason why the series is so awesome.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Because like I got free stuff, but it was just so funny, like trying to convince my parents that like
This is not a scam.
this is not a scam, guys. Like
Miss Mom.
I didn't give any money. Well, how do you remember? How do you know you put your email into that? I was like, yeah, because I remember they were doing a contest. I was like, why not?
Yeah.
But that was really cool. Like, yeah, I still have the painting in my house. Obviously, I had a really cool skateboard too that it came with.
Oh, that's cool.
I think there was also, if I remember, there was also like a shell backpack.
I had a show backpack.
But
When
I
my
think,
son was like a little dude,
yeah,
I refused to go get one of those annoying dad bag
oh yeah,
diaper bags. So I got this Ninja Turtle shell one that was like, I mean, it had to been 2014, 2015. I know it had to been 2013, 2014. So it was like, I remember being like, I need a diaper bag that's not a diaper bag. So
Yeah.
it was the Ninja Turtle shell, and I wore it everywhere, and I'd be diaper, change of clothes, all the shit I need. And I remember people being like, dude, that's the coolest fucking backpack. I'm like, it's my kid's diaper bag.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There was also a really because I did read some of the comics as a kid. There was a really cool mini series called Year of the Turtle,
Mm,
and like the cover of it. I know this is the reason I got it because I remember I was in a gas station with my dad, and the cover of it was like Raphael, or no, the Ninja Turtles fighting what looked like Power Rangers.
okay.
So that was like the selling point of like the Year of the Turtle miniseries. Like the cover is like them beating up Power Rangers, and like they don't call them Power Rangers in the
And
issue. It's like some other knockoff name, but like basically like the story centers around Shredder going to like Mexico and like finding an Aztec temple with like this sacred medallion, and
okay.
like it could transform the turtles and stuff into humans or whatever, and
Okay.
like get rid of that problem. But like that was one issue of comic. I remember also there was a Cyber Samurai miniseries from the Archie comics that like it was weird. In that issue they fight Hitler too, and like
Oh, okay.
future Raphael with like a missing eye and like a army cap
Mm-hmm.
punches out Hitler, and
As it should. Yeah.
another dude gets shot, and like there's zombies, the brain zombies.
Okay.
I have an issue of that, and it was so funny. I brought it to like preschool or no, like daycare once, and like some other kid got a hold of it, tore it up,
Oh, Jesus.
and like brought it to the lady. I was like, "Here, can you fix this?" And she fixed it, but all the pages are out of order, and like I couldn't fix. And my parents could not be bothered to like help me
Yeah.
set in the right order. And it was even fun. Like I recently at a comic book shop, I like found the series, like that mini series, because I only had that one issue. I didn't buy comic books frequently, but I bought one. I was like, oh, this is cool. I want to get the full set. And like the issue that I found in the comic book shop was the one that got like messed up and like pages were all out of order.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, that's cool. Like, oh my god! Like
This
I
is
found
literally mine.
this is literally the one I had. And like they had like these cool like mech suits that the turtles rock,
Oh, okay.
and like they sold a toy of it too, which I had the toy
Yeah.
obviously, because yeah, it was like this awesome like thing. But to dovetail off of that one, have you read or have you seen like the crossover comic book series
I
of
know they
Power
did a
Rangers?
Power Ranger crossover series, and I haven't read any of it. I think my son has one of them.
I read the
Or-
first one. I own the first two. The
Yeah.
third one is coming out. I think literally as we're recording this
Okay.
tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I can't wait for the trade to be collected in a trade. But yeah, I read the first one. It starts off really cool. Um, Tommy has gone rogue
Okay.
and joined the Foot Clan.
Oh, of course.
He leaves Andrew Groves and joins the Foot Clan in New York, and like all the Rangers are like, oh wait, is he really bad? He's just come out of Rita's spell. Maybe he's not who we think
Yeah.
he is. And like it turns out he's like, no, I'm going undercover because a friend of mine joined the Foot Clan and I want to get him
Get him out.
out.
Yeah.
And like Shredder gets a hold of him and it's like, that's cute, but like I knew who you were and what you were about before you like really
Well,
joined
yeah.
us. But thank you for showing up because I'm now taking your power. And like he has like the dopest suit. Like he takes the Dragon Zord powers
Yeah.
and he has like this awesome like weird hybrid of like his armor
Hmm.
plus the Dragon Zord armor,
Okay.
and like it looks super dope. I'm gonna
I
pull it
know I've
up.
seen figures that are crossovers of them,
Yeah,
and like Mikey's the Yellow Ranger,
yeah. That's
uh,
that's that's in two.
Donnie's the Black Ranger,
Yeah,
um,
Not Kimberly. April O'Neil is the Pink Ranger.
April's the Pink Ranger.
But yeah, this is
Leo isn't the Blue Ranger; he's the red one, right? It's like a
no.
spot.
He's no. Yeah, no. He's
Is he
blue
the
one,
leader still?
but he's the blue. Yeah, he's still
Oh,
blue.
so he leads as blue.
Yeah, but
Okay, yeah,
this is
yeah, yeah.
Shredder's Dragon Zord look.
Yeah.
It looks so dope. In the second one, Casey Jones gets a suit.
White Ranger?
No, it's they call it the X Ranger.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it looks pretty gnarly. I mean, but it kind of gives '90s vibes a little bit, like
Okay.
'90s image vibes. But this is his suit in that one.
What?
Yeah, it's like
It looks like the Foot Clan from the 23 series, or
yeah,
the '03 series.
which is funny because he teams up with Rita and like the Foot in that one also for a bit. They think he's gone bad, but they end up calling those powers the Dimension X Rangers.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one thing they add the neutrinos into it too, and like they're gonna give like the neutrinos their own form of Power Rangers
Yeah.
to fight off Krang and stuff. It's a really interesting because like it's not the IDW Ninja Turtles, but it's also not the '87 Ninja Turtles either.
Hmm.
It's just this weird amalgamation. Because the funnier thing too on the 2003 series, I know we're jumping around here a lot, but this is what happens when you have
Yeah.
over 40 years of of
Something to
history.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just bouncing all over the place. Karai. So in the 2003 series, she's like she shows up. She's like, I'm a high ranking member of the Foot Clan. I'm trying to restore order. And later on, you find out that she is the daughter of Oroku Saki, or the Shredder,
Yeah.
in this version. In the comic book version, she has no relation to Oroku Saki whatsoever.
Yeah.
That was a 2003 thing that they've tacked on for everything
Yeah. It kind of carried
from the
over.
carryover.
Yeah.
In the IDW series, she's the granddaughter of the Shredder in that version.
Hmm.
And I'll jump to this a second, but yeah, so like she has ties to that, but like in the comic book, she's just some lady from Japan in the Foot Clan who's like, there's a story arc called City at War where like after Shredder gets beheaded by Leonardo, there's a big old power vacuum within this like the city, so like it's up for grabs. The mob wants power. The remaining Foot Clan want power. The subsect who's loyal to Shredder wants to take out the Foot Clan. Those guys are like, y'all ain't loyal, y'all some bitches, so
Yeah.
we're gonna kill you guys. And like it's just been this whole free for all, and the turtles are like, man, like this is a screwed up situation. And it's like, and you know what, we didn't ask for this because dad trained us to kill Shredder,
Yeah.
and like this is a blood feud that goes beyond them. So like where does it end, and like
Yeah.
what are we here for? I don't want to do this, Leo. And Leo's like, but like we gotta, like we're kind of responsible. And like it's this whole big arc. It's a really good arc. It's like a 13 SU arc.
Okay.
But like she was introduced in that. I forgot where I was going with this. Where did I go? I see this is the super nerdy. I'm really into Ninja
We're talking
Turtles.
about Karai, so
Yes. Shit. She's in the comic book series, or she's in the Power Rangers crossover
mhm.
as like a disciple of Shredder. And it's like I think either she's like the granddaughter or stuff. It's really weird how they mess with all that, because in that series, April is a news reporter,
Yeah.
and she's only a reporter in the '87 in the Fred Wolf series,
Yeah.
because in the comic books she's a scientist.
Yeah. She kind of bounces between those two jobs. It seems like
Yeah,
she's a reporter
the Michael Bay.
in Michael Bay. She's a reporter, kind of a reporter in Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah,
Um.
but that's they kind of bounce around. It's interesting too how they play around with that. As far as origins go, like I think the IDW one is my favorite. Are you familiar with that lore or that backstory for that one?
Nah.
Okay, so in this version, the turtles are reincarnated.
Oh, that's a choice.
Hamato Yoshi, he's he's a rat. He is Splinter in this, but they're reincarnated. Like Shredder was like also from feudal Japan, and like they were on the run. Like Tangshin wasn't in love with Shred, or there wasn't a love triangle with Shredder
Hmm.
and Hamato Yoshi for Tangshin,
Hmm.
as in like the movie and like the 2003 series. No, I don't think the 2003 series had that. But anyway, uh you know, he was a member of the Foot Clan. They're on the run. They eventually get caught. Shredder beheads the kids in front of Hamato Yoshi.
Oh shit.
And like with his before he's like beheaded, he was like, he prays to Buddha. He's like, hey, let me seek vengeance on this. And like
Yeah.
he tells Shredder, he's like, look, I didn't fight you before because I'd made a promise to my wife to keep our boy safe. Our kids are dead.
Yeah.
and
So now I can.
I'm gonna exact my vengeance. And he's like, one way or the other, I'm gonna get you. He's like, you idiot, you're gonna die. And like he beheads them, and they get reincarnated later. Uh, the Utroms. See, this is where the Sophie Campbell's run kind of is. I hated that run, her run on it, because towards the end of that, she fucks with that a bit, because it's always alluded to the fact that they say reincarnation, but the Utroms were at war with Shredder, and so they saw him behead Homato Yoshi, and them. They're like, collect their DNA. They might be useful to us.
Okay, so they weren't actually reincarnated. They were like
It's
scientifically returned
so to
to
speak.
Earth.
It's toyed with that, but then Sophie Campbell fucks that up even more, and like uses like there's the dragon scales that has some mystical powers, and then Donatello or Venus goes and makes sure that their essence is
Mhm.
transported to Stockman Labs, where they get reincarnate or
Yeah,
turn to the turtles and the rat. But yeah, that whole backstory, I like that. I like the reincarnation better, because it makes it, for me, it's a little more palatable than, oh yeah, I was a pet rat who I just mimicked my master from my
yeah,
cage. Isn't that, because it's like I remember my past, but yeah, because like it's a whole deep lore in the IDW, because like Krang is fighting Shredder, because they have that war, and like, well, I want to make the super soldier serum, and that's how like the mutagen works for that. It's supposed to be like a super soldier
yeah.
esque serum, and like it makes a sweet a new nemesis for them in a cat, mutated cat named Old Hob.
Oh,
He tries to eat one of the turtles when they first get mutated, or they first like get like they somehow get escape from Stockman Labs when like ninjas break in, and he tries to eat one of the turtles, and like Splinter like scratches his face up, because he's like, he's mutated. He's like, that's my son. Oh shit. Like,
yeah.
and then like this is this weird like mobster cat entity that's like, I want to hunt Splinter. That's my favorite version of like the
Yeah.
lore, as far as like their
More of the out
backstory.
of the it's definitely an out of the box one compared to like
They were pet turtles.
in most cases they were pet turtles and a rat that got turned into humanoids.
Yeah.
Other than if I remember correctly, the 2012 series, he's a human who gets turned into a rat.
Yes. They meld the comics and the 87 backstories a little bit there.
Yeah.
But also in that one, they take Karai and they make her a daughter of Amato Yoshi,
Yeah.
which I thought was kind of a neat twist. But like, I'm kind of sick of like needing Karai to be that like somehow related to
Some
somebody.
somebody's kid. Yeah.
Because like I said in the comic book, she's just a lady. She's just a high-ranking foot member
Yeah.
that's sent to New York to like fix this problem,
Hmm.
because like Shredder went rogue on us, took our fucking swag. But man, I love it. I love that. How do you feel about Mutant Mayhem though?
I thought it was a lot of fun. They had a banging
Yeah,
cast. It's like an all-star cast.
yeah,
Other than the guys who voiced the turtles because they were literally all teenagers.
yeah.
But like,
I like the camaraderie they share,
yeah,
and that they do feel like teenagers. I think this is the first one that actually makes them feel like teenagers.
okay. And 2012 felt a little more like they were kids, but like, um, I mean, you got John Cena's a voice in there. You've got like,
What's his name? Brax, something like that. I don't mean to throw you off your train
oh,
of
his
thought.
character's name.
Yeah,
Oh, John Cena is also a character in 2012. Yeah.
yeah.
I was talking about Mutant Mayhem. Mutant Mayhem, you got like Seth Rogen, you've got John Cena, you've got Ice-T,
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, sorry. Um, it's like jam-packed.
Yeah.
Oddly enough,
Jackie Chan as also
it's Jackie Chan
Splinter.
is Splinter, yeah. Um, the the '09 movie, TMNT, like the one that's just the letters,
Yeah.
I didn't realize Buffy was April.
Yeah.
And then Captain America is
Chris
Casey
Evans is
Jones.
Casey Jones.
And there's somebody else who's in there that's like a pretty famous person.
Lawrence Fishburne was the
The
narrator.
narrator.
Patrick Stewart was the
Patrick Stewart was
villain.
the main villain, yeah. So like it's always been so like huge in its own world. Where like there's so many people who love Ninja Turtles and want to be a part of it, and you
Yeah.
see it moving like even back to '09, you had people who were like big stars at the time voicing characters for these movies,
Yeah.
and then like the newer like people want to be a part of that so they can say they were a part of this, you know,
Yeah, this franchise.
this
I
franchise.
think Mutant Mayhem is probably the best Ninja Turtles movie since the 1990 one.
Yeah, that's fair. Um,
It's still got the playful elements of of Secret of the Ooze, but yeah, like as a cohesive story,
hmm
I
Yeah,
feel that's the best
it's
one.
fun. It's great for all ages.
Yeah.
My kid loved it.
The soundtrack was good
The
too,
soundtrack was
dude.
really good. It's a
I never thought I'd hear a fight to No Diggity, but
yeah,
that
it,
was funny.
it's definitely one of the like best series or best movies in general. There's a cartoon series of it that takes place after the movie that's
Yeah.
out on Nickelodeon now.
I watched the first 4 episodes of that one. I like it. It's really good.
It's a fun watch.
It's one of the better series. It's funny too how they skirt around the fact that Jackie Chan's not involved in the show.
Yeah.
Is that he's his because I guess he gets a girlfriend at the end of the movie, and
Oh,
he's practicing her language.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's how they get around it by not having
She
Splinter not
speaks her
talking.
language and she speaks his.
Yeah,
Um,
which I guess Jackie Chan was a little too busy to be in
yeah.
part of the TV show. That rate, brother.
I'm sure they could have found somebody to voice him, but like, I mean, I guess it makes
You
sense.
know, it's the joke on me though for at least 2 of those movies. '09. I remember I was on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle message boards back in the day.
Yeah,
The famous one, the Technodrome. I'm not going to tell you what my username was. So if you happen to be a fan of
it was
or
not
there,
JC Vega.
no, it was not JC Vega.
JC Vega didn't exist yet.
No, but I remember I was hyped for the '09 movie because I saw like the crude CGI test footage they did from
Mhm.
like early 2003.
Yeah.
Before the series, there was like a little short they did. I was like, that would be so cool because there was like all talks of different stuff. Like John Woo was gonna make
Oh
a
yeah.
movie at one point, which I was like, that'd have been wild.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine like slow mo fight and like fucking pigeons or
Just
being
like
loose?
like doves flying
Right?
across.
Is Casey Jones gonna do gun fu? But
But well, it's New York, so it'd probably be pigeons instead of doves.
but like, so I was waiting for that movie. I was kind of ecstatic, and then when I saw it, I was like, I enjoyed it the first time I watched it, but then I watched it again, and I was like, I don't know, man.
I don't love the graphics of it, but I mean, I'll take them over the Michael Bay ones. The
Yeah.
noses fucking just ruined the whole thing.
Could you imagine if they went with the original idea for the Michael Bay movies, Turtles, they were
They
aliens?
were supposed to be aliens, and I think they even like they dialed it back, and it was almost like a Venom
Shredder,
situation.
Shredder
It
was
was,
gonna be the Eric Zatch guy, played by William Fetchner.
yeah.
He's supposed to be that, and then they in the mid production they changed it.
So like you can tell because the Eric sax
Yeah,
like lightly sound similar to Oroku Saki,
yeah,
right? Like Eriko sax.
yeah.
Like it's very similar in a way where they Americanized the shit out of it.
And that's why he's in most of the ending of like of that movie because
Hmm
he's like, I'm gonna be stupid rich because like he was that was gonna be Shredder,
Yeah,
and then us fans bullied them into fixing that. It's
yeah.
like no, he needs to be a Japanese guy named Hiroku Saki. You know what the funny thing about that? I remember when the first Transformers movie came out, I was like, this movie's really good. I thought the first movie was really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be so cool if Michael Bay did a Ninja Turtles movie? And then once Revenge of the Fallen happened, Dark Side of the Moon,
Mm.
I was like, oh god. And then they announced Michael Bay will be producing Ninja Turtles. I was like, no.
Please no.
And my every nightmare was imagined, and I hated every second of it.
Yeah.
I hate watched the first one, and I went back and I hate watched the second one when it came out.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was like, okay, cool. Stephen Amell is gonna play Casey Jones.
Yeah. This is gonna be cool.
He's great as Arrow. He's dark. He can do the brooding thing. And it felt like producers and the director was like, hey, you know that thing you do on Arrow? Yeah, do the exact opposite of that. Give us whiny, give us loser.
Like Casey Jones and Arrow are very similar in some ways. Like
Yeah,
the
or at least the TV show Arrow is,
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, like no. And then Megan Fox as April O'Neil.
yeah.
Was that a humiliation ritual? Because like I know she got fired from like the third Transformer movie because she compared Michael Bay to Hitler.
Oh,
You didn't know about that?
no.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, working on set with him is like working with Adolf Hitler,
Wow.
and they fired her for that because it's like, yeah, way to like insult me in public like that.
Yeah.
Which is even funnier because I remember I watched the behind the scenes documentary for the third movie for Transformers,
Hmm.
and his excuse for recasting her was, I met with Megan Fox one day and she just didn't look like the character anymore. She didn't look the same anymore. It was very bizarre. So we felt like we had to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
And so, like, I guess they made up and she was forced to be in that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Seamus out of it as
Yeah. I was stoked for the second one
Bebop.
because I was like, Steve Amell, I love Arrow, big fan of Flash. Like, I was so excited for that.
Yeah.
You tell me Sheamus is going to be in it. I don't give a fuck if he does a bad job. I love Sheamus. So,
Continuing the trend of wrestlers being involved somehow.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Kevin Nash
Super Shredder,
in
yeah.
number two.
Number two,
We
Secret of
didn't
the
touch
Use.
on that, but that,
Yeah, that was really cool. But what? Oh, we'll continue your point. Then we'll dub back real quick. This might have to be a two-parter because this will definitely gonna be a two-part
yeah.
retrospective. But what were you saying, sir? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your thought.
What was I saying?
Stephen Amell.
Oh yeah, so I was like super excited for it. I was like, look, I know the first one wasn't great. I wasn't a huge fan of the first one.
Yeah,
I'm like, but look, Steve Amell, I love Steve Amell. Seamus, I love Seamus. This will be cool. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna love it anyway. And it was also really fucking bad. And Steve Amell just was awful in it. And I mean, Seamus was as bad as I expected him to be.
Brian T does a good does a good shredder though. I feel he did serviceable. If he was given a better script, I think
Yeah.
he would have been a really good
I mean, I'm
shredder.
glad that they brought the Technodrome into the movie world.
Yeah,
And the first time they brought Krang into the movie world. First time they brought Bebop and Rocksteady into the movie world. So like,
Baxter Stockman too.
and Baxter Stockman, played by Tyler Perry,
Yeah,
um,
was a
which
choice.
was a choice that someone made. I would have picked, I don't know, um,
Who would have been a good Baxter Stockman?
uh, what's his face?
Mahershala Ali. No, I mean, yeah, he probably
Keenan
could kill it.
Keenan Peele. Is that what's his name?
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key. Yeah,
Oh shit! Yeah, he could be a good.
that would have been my
He
choice
could be a
for the
dope one.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck yeah. He could still be it in my dark gritty reboot that I'm gonna make
he just
eventually.
felt he feels more like it. You throw the glasses on him, you have that character like locked in. Um,
Man, what a step down though. From speaking of back to Ninja Turtles 2 though, because we're jumping all over the place. It's gonna
yeah,
happen with this, but how anticlimactic was it? You get a super shredder and he gets taken out by a
a
fucking
building.
pier. Yeah,
Yeah, a building toppling. So I'll destroy this building, and if it destroys everyone else, great.
yeah, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're turtles. We can get in water.
Yeah.
Which apparently that shot was a was like when the shells come out from the water
Hmm.
was a something that was cut out on the first movie.
Okay.
Because there's a scene where like I guess they're showing like somebody in New York. It's right before April. Supposedly it's supposed to be set up right before April will get smugged.
Okay.
They just happen to be around and like they pop out from the water right
Mhm.
there. And then they do that whole shtick. But like, what a step down! Because like that first fight, and the fight on the roof with Shredder, is badass.
Hmm.
He won V4s and takes them all out. And then in the second movie, yeah, he gets taken out by a pier.
Up here. Yeah.
And then yeah, Kino doesn't have much to do in that finale. I mean, he kicks the canister out of his hand,
Yeah.
but oh man, what a weird what a weird downgrade in a sense.
Yeah.
But overall, I wish they would have stuck with that darker tone of the first movie.
Yeah. I think it would have been a whole different movie, but they wanted to sell toys and they wanted to make it more
Yeah,
kid appropriate. Parents were complaining the first one was too violent, because of the weapons. But it's like it was also 91, so you
yeah.
had what, like Home Alone and
Yeah,
stuff like that, where kids are using like ping pong rackets or tennis rackets to slap adults in the face. Like
right.
you can't complain about too much, too violent when like the majority of movies like that
Yeah,
were doing stuff.
right. And like they still use like random objects. I mean, it is also funny too how like or that opening scene like Donatello becomes like almost like a the float like a blow up clown thingy. Yeah, he's sitting there like rocking back and forth like a blow up doll.
Okay.
And the dude in the mask is like, "What's this?" And he pushes him and does
Yeah.
random goofy stuff. The cold cuts are the whatever the sausages Michelangelo used was pretty funny and
Yeah,
crafty.
that's a
I'll
good
I'll
spot.
give him that.
Yeah.
That fits very in line with Michelangelo. But yeah, they don't use their weapons.
Yeah.
Casey Jones is kicked out of the movie because parents are like, "He's too scary.
It's too scary.
He
He's a
scares my kids."
dude with a hockey mask on.
Which Elias Koteas is like the best Casey Jones ever. As far well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's been there's been two in live action.
Yeah.
Chris Evans was serviceable in what they gave him in that CGI
In the
movie.
CGI movie. I I feel like I liked who was it that voiced him in the 2012 series?
I
It was Josh Peck,
Really, that was
who
Josh
was
Peck.
supposed to voice him in the '09 movie.
That's hilarious. That's
Yeah, so he
interesting.
voiced him in the 2012 series instead, which I think is a better like I like the 2012 series better than I like the '09 movie. I
Yeah,
remember like picking up the '09 movie out of the um $5 movie bin at Walmart.
the whole storyline. I mean, the whole aspect of it was disappointing. Me like, Leonardo goes off to Brazil to like learn how to be a leader,
Hmm.
comes back after
He goes off by
absence.
himself to
Yeah,
learn to be a leader.
yeah, in
It makes
Central
so much
America,
sense.
right?
Um,
And then he gets mad at his brother for becoming a vigilante, though that's what they've kind
been
of
doing
been.
for the whole time, yeah. And
Yeah.
then Donnie works in IT and apparently might be a phone sex operator. It's
Yeah.
kind of iffy. And then in an homage to Ghostbusters 2,
Michael.
Michelangelo is a turtle like character that you'd use for or you'd get like to
Yeah,
rent for
party
a party.
clown. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's really fun, and I didn't notice it until I watched this thing the other day, is that when he backs up the truck into where it's supposed to, it says Dude One,
Oh,
homage to the Ecto One.
I like that.
So like there's a couple
There's
of references to
fun thing.
Ghostbusters 2
Yeah.
in there.
And like Mako, R.I.P. Mako, was a great Master Splinter as a voice actor. He plays Aku in Samurai Jack.
Oh, okay.
And he's been in other stuff. I don't know if you remember Sidekicks, that
Yeah,
movie with Chuck Norris.
that was my brother's favorite movie when we were
He was
kids.
the teacher in that.
Oh, okay.
So he's a great Splinter, but like that whole storyline didn't make sense, and I didn't like the fake villain with Patrick Stewart's character
Yeah.
and how he was like an ancient stone that
It's like
was
3,000 years old, and he's like been around since
yeah,
his brothers were turned into
stone.
stone, but he wanted to wait 3,000 years to bring them back to life.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah,
was a little messy, but the cast for it, phenomenal cast.
yeah. Phenomenal
That
cast.
like the big sell.
Yeah,
Um,
the fight with Leonardo and Raphael was cool,
mhm,
but it was just like okay, that's the only highlight for me in that movie.
yeah,
Like I said, when I saw it in theaters, loved it. First time that I watched it again and again, I was like,
yeah.
I can't believe I waited since 2002 for this. This is what I
Yeah.
got because I was on those message boards. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. We're
Mhm.
getting another movie," and then it just didn't meet expectations.
No, I didn't care for the design, like the CGI design or whatever.
Yeah,
It felt generic,
what a waste of Lawrence Fishburne too.
right?
That's just the narrator to be
I
like
mean,
four turtles.
you got Captain America, Buffy, Lawrence
Fishburne,
Fishburne from The Matrix, and you've got
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, all in the same movie, and it's like not a good. I mean, it's
No,
better than the Michael Bay movies,
yeah, by
debatably,
far.
but it's not great. But
So
yeah,
all right, but we're gonna ask two quick questions and then I guess we'll wrap it up and then we'll do another two-parter, I guess, or
Yeah,
more, because I got more,
so much more to
so much more to
there's
talk
so much
about.
more with the I mean, we're really kind of stopping in that 2012. We tapped into a little bit of Mutant Mayhem, but we haven't
Yeah.
talked about the series. We haven't talked about the series between the 2012 series and Next Mutation. What's it called? New.
Is there? No, I think there was just 2003.
There's two. There's 2003, 2012. There's that 2020.
Oh, the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Rise of the
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got a lot of heat on the internet,
Yeah.
and then there's the Next Mutation. So we got a whole lot of the back end to do,
Yeah.
and then toys, talking about like merchandise, talking about like the weird collectibles and stuff. There's a lot to
There's
get
so much.
into.
There's so much to cover on that, and I guess, and yeah, I can nerd about a little bit more about the Mirage
Oh yeah, the
comics.
comics and the comics and the comics,
Yeah,
crossovers.
the man.
We didn't even, I don't even think we talked about the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover
We
and Next Mutation.
we briefly. Oh, no, yeah, we dabbled in the comic books. Yeah, but we'll dive more into that for sure.
Lots of crossovers.
Uh, theme song besides the 87 one. Is there one
I
that
mean,
gets close?
Ninja Rap.
As a theme song?
Yeah,
No.
because it's the song for series two.
It's for the movie, yeah. I'll
Um,
count that as for a movie. Yeah, I mean that's though is what I think is the main score. I think is the
yeah,
theme for them. But as far as like the TV shows theme songs, is there anyone that?
I don't think
Yeah,
any of them will ever top the 87. It's like the most
no,
iconic. It's potentially one of the most memorable theme songs
yeah,
to a kid, at least a kids TV show.
yeah.
I think it may be even more memorable than the Go-Go Power Rangers theme
I
song.
think so too.
Which does remind me, one of my favorite facts is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fit in the same um,
Universe.
talk scheme.
Oh yeah.
So you instead of saying, so you can sing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Mighty
Oh
Morphin
God, that's
Power
great.
Rangers. And I always thought that was kind of funny. There's a Twitter that, if you can find it, it's like things that fit into it's like Wikipedia's for things that fit into the rhyme scheme or the pattern of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it'll literally be like veterinarian cheerleaders of Northwest Texas or
Yeah.
something like that. And then like you just every one of them, I went through like the whole thing at one point. It's a lot of fun, but
Yeah, sure, yeah.
so much
Better.
to jump
So much
into.
to tell. So much to. We barely scratched the surface on any of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna end. We're gonna end it on. Well, yeah. If I had to rank them, I would say the 2003 is number two.
Okay.
2012, I guess, will take the third slot.
It's a fun one.
Rise is dead last because it just tries to copy the 87 one too much.
It's in the way that like the Nickelodeon series Power Rangers
Yeah.
had to squeeze in Go-Go
Yeah.
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit. Well, never mind. Scratch that. Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Mutant Mayhem series, gets the third slot because it's a punk rock vibe to it.
Okay.
It's I guess slightly generic, but I just think it's a great song. But we're gonna cap this this part one of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles retrospective with this. There was cartoons, there was a live action movie. But what about the greatest contribution of all? More so than the Next Mutation, the Coming Out of Our Shells tour.
I had the cassette.
Yeah,
Somewhere it may actually be in the toy shop stuff somewhere. Coming Out of Our Shells, I didn't get to go to, but I remember Pizza Hut ran a promotion on it.
yes.
And I remember you could get something from it
I think you
at
got
Pizza Hut.
I think you got like the beat like a cassette.
It may have been
with
the
Pizza
cassette,
Power.
like a book came with it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely something that NECA released a toy set from it.
That's they look really cool.
So good.
I watched the Coming of Our Shells VHS a lot. A lot. Unironically, I mean, I was a kid, but I loved it. I actually owned the mockumentary too,
Oh God.
which is hilarious because, like, watching it now, it's like you would think they would be like, "Oh, this is behind the scenes. This is how we make the suits." No, it's from the turtles' point of view of like, Yeah, we were in the sewer one day. We just banging on the pipes. We're like, we can make music.
Fucking love that. It's like what's that movie where they're like
Spinal.
crank it to
Oh, yeah, Spinal Tap.
yeah, it's literally Spinal Tap for Ninja Turtles. I love that.
It's so great, and like, you know what? I'm gonna say there's not some bad there's for a live show. It's not bad songs. There's not some
Yeah.
bad songs in there. No Treaties is actually pretty decent.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that song or not. No, see, these are burned in my brain. Pizza Powers, pretty decent, pretty
Okay.
good. You know, not something I would regularly listen to, but like, if it's not embarrassingly bad.
Okay. So this is what you listen to when you work out, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Actually, No Treaties is in my workout playlist. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. I'm not even gonna front. It's in there as a slightly haha. It's funny because that's only me listening to it. Now you people know. But man, that was what a time. And then Shredder's whole plan in that thing is, I hate music. And what does he do? He breaks out into a rap where he about hate music.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't it?
I have to rewatch it. It's been like a million years since I listened to the cassette.
Did you know that there was a sequel show
that followed
the Coming Out of Our Shells tour? There was a follow-up concert tour.
No.
Yeah. And it was trash. There was two there was two more following that. And they did not have the quality of songs that the first Coming of Our Shells tour did. I will say that.
I'm gonna have to see if that DVD or if it's on.
Casey Jones shows up in the second one,
as he should, yeah.
And his mask is horrible, and his song is horrible, and it's just bad. It's just but it's hilarious looking back. But I you know what? I ironically love Coming Out of Our Shells.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's fun. I sat there and played with a toy guitar too, and watched it. That's me. I was a kid. I just couldn't sit still. I had to be a part of it. Exactly. You know, like in Turtles 3, I rode a horse as I watched it, and you gotta play.
Gotta like be involved.
But man, yeah, I love Ninja Turtles more than I do Power Rangers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's for me and mine, because like I said, I dialed deep into it because I got into the comic books. I got into all of that. I loved the first movie. It's one of my favorite comic book movies ever, or one of my favorite movies ever. It's really solid. It still holds up to today.
Fair.
So,
well, I think it's
that's how to about wrap it up because I've got like 6 minutes left on my laptop. Kayden Greene, where can they find you?
You can find me at Music City KG on all your favorite platforms. You know, like Twitter and Instagram, TikTok, Fortnite, baby, and so many more. You can follow, or you can join me every Wednesday and most Sundays on Whatnot, where I rip wrestling cards and other things. Last week we had Squishmallow on just for fun.
Nice.
Squishmallow trading cards. Rip some New Japan XWCW cards.
Hell yeah!
Fucking banging.
They looked pretty cool from what I saw in the video.
Rad. I'm on Pro Wrestling Tees if you want to buy a t-shirt and help a brother out. And that's about it, I think.
Yes, you can find me at the JC Vega on all social media platforms. You can find the show at Vegas World Pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can support us by joining us on YouTube. Subscribe. I've thrown up some old episodes. We're going to put on some shorter snippets from future episodes and maybe some random news here and there. And eventually, we're going to get some video capabilities and have something on that.
Hell yeah.
So join us for that. This was probably one of our longer episodes, and we barely touched the surface, but we will be touching again on this very, very soon. We're going to follow up on our 90s watch along with Street Fighter. I'm speed run this. We're going to also do an episode of New to Me, where we're going to watch a movie starring Dean Cain called Future Sport with Wesley Snipes as a cameo. I watched like the first 3 minutes, and oh my god,
it looks awesome.
It is a treat.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait for that. And then
that should
do it. Good night, party on, rock on.